Yesterday, Niantic released an infographic with all of the content that is coming in July 2023, and there's a lot of things to be excited about. More specifically, Mega Tyranitar is finally making its debut, and we're also going to be getting a Riolu Hatch Day, which is going to be great for people who still need Shiny Riolu or Shiny Lucario. That could be a great opportunity for you to get that. But today, I wanted to put a spotlight on one event that's going to be happening in July, and it's actually going to be this weekend. I think this one specific event is going to be your best chance at getting a ton of Stardust, which is a resource that just everybody needs. I'm going to be talking about all of this in today's video, so let's roll the intro and get right into it. Hey, how's it going everyone? It's me, it's Jinsula. I hope you're having a good day, and welcome to today's Pokemon Go discussion video. Okay, so today I wanted to talk about the Go Battle weekend that's going to be happening at the beginning of July, which actually is this weekend. So you do not want to miss out on this because there's going to be an opportunity to collect a massive amount of Stardust. So let me explain. This battle weekend is actually going to be taking place over 2 days, which means you're going to have a potential to do about 200 battles. That is pretty massive if you ask me, because of course there is this timed limited research that you get every season that awards you a ton of Stardust, and yeah, this is going to be a great opportunity for you to complete a big chunk of it. If you're able to get a whole bunch of wins during this weekend, you're going to be able to complete multiple steps of that limited timed research, which means you're going to get additional Stardust. This Go Battle weekend is going to be happening this Saturday at July 1st, starting at 12 o'clock a.m. local time, and it's going to go until Sunday, July 2nd at 11:59 p.m. local time. During both of these days, you're going to get 4 times Stardust from win rewards. This does not include the end of set rewards and will not stack with the 3 times Stardust bonus for Master League rotation weeks. The maximum number of sets you can play per day will be increased from 5 to 20. Which means you're going to be able to do 100 battles each day. There's also going to be a free battle-themed timed research that will be available, and it's going to reward you with a clay-style hat. Now, there's going to be a paid timed research during this event, and it's going to cost you $1 USD. And yeah, something to keep in mind is that this is a limited timed research that you're going to be buying. So if you do not complete it by the end of the day on Sunday, well, you're essentially losing out on a bunch of rewards that you paid for. That's something that a lot of players were not aware of the last time around, and Niantic had to make up for it in some way. There was also an issue with it where a lot of the battles just didn't count towards it, and a lot of people ended up losing out anyway, and I do think that is potentially a risk this time around. So I highly suggest you hold off on buying this timed research ticket because the amount of Stardust that you're going to be able to get outside of this ticket is actually going to be pretty high. I mean, without question, the Go Battle League has always been a reliable source for both Stardust and Candy, and these are resources that you need for pretty much every aspect of Pokemon Go. Regardless if you're raiding, PvPing, or doing gym battles or Team Go Rocket battles, you need to power up your Pokemon a certain amount. So yeah, Stardust and rare candies are resources that you always need, and this weekend is going to be an amazing source for both of them. Now, there's a couple of things that you can do in order to maximize the amount of Stardust and rare candies that you can get from this weekend. First and foremost, you can actually tank your MMR. What do I mean by this? Well, in case you didn't know, the Go Battle League actually has a matchmaking rating system, or MMR, and it's actually a system that will pair you up with players that are of an equal skill level. So if you are losing a whole bunch of battles, you're going to be paired up against other players who are also losing a whole bunch of battles. And if you are winning a whole bunch of battles, then you're going to be paired up against people who are equally skilled. Basically, it's going to try to get you to about a 50% win rate the best way it can. So if you're on a losing streak, you're going to be going up against easy players. And you could purposefully get there by tanking your rating or losing on purpose. Now, why would you want to lose on purpose? Well, it's so that you could farm up a low rating, and then when you go into this Go Battle League weekend, you're going to be paired up against super easy players, and you're going to be able to get a lot more wins. That is one of the unspoken strategies for these Go Battle days and Go Battle weekends, and I'm kind of sharing it here because I do think this one in particular is going to be really important considering the Stardust bonus. You will want to get as many wins as you can, and the best way that you could do that is by tanking your rating leading up to this weekend. Now, in terms of what leagues are going to be available for this Go Battle weekend, it's going to be the Master Premier League as well as the Single Type Cup. Now, between these two leagues, I highly suggest you go with the Single Type Cup, and the reason for that is because the current meta for this cup is actually pretty easy. I also like the fact that the Single Type Cup meta is actually pretty diverse. Like, yes, there's going to be a lot of fighting types and steel types at the very top, but you could do okay if you have a whole bunch of Pokemon that synergize really well with each other. Like for my team in particular, I'm running with Slurpuff, Umbreon, and Vigoroth, and all three of these Pokemon synergize pretty well together. And I actually have amassed a good amount of wins with this team, even though it may not necessarily be considered meta. So yeah, if you want to get a whole bunch of wins during this Go Battle weekend, like, try to do a little bit of research regarding the Single Type Cup. It's definitely easier compared to the Master Premier League, and I do think that if you have the right Pokemon and you have a bit of practice, you're going to be able to get yourself a lot of wins and in turn, a lot of Stardust and rare candy. Yeah, honestly, I think this weekend is going to be super important. Yes, there's a lot of things to be hyped up for when it comes to the month of July, but I really do think they're going to be starting off on a really strong foot, and that is this Go Battle weekend. Like, when it comes to rare candy and Stardust, I don't think there's ever going to be another event or another source that's going to be as good as this weekend. Don't forget that all of these battles are free gameplay. Like, you do not have to pay a premium in order to collect these rewards. I mean, unless of course you buy that paid research ticket. So yeah, hopefully this is actually on your radar, because I think a lot of players just completely missed this and they were just unaware that there's a Go Battle weekend happening this weekend. And I really do think that for players who miss out on it, they're going to be regretting it, because the amount of Stardust and rare candy that you could potentially get is just massive, and it's something you absolutely do not want to miss out on. But yeah, in any case, that's going to be it for this video. I just wanted to share my thoughts regarding this Go Battle weekend, but let me know what you think down below. What team are you going to be running for this weekend? Definitely share all of that in the comments, and let's have a great discussion. And if you ended up enjoying this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if it's your first time here. And don't forget that little bell so you can stay up to date on whenever I upload videos. And I want to give a quick shout out to my patrons on Patreon. You make this channel content possible. If you want to support my channel in any way, big or small, then do consider checking out the links in the description below. For all my patrons, they get a permanent spot on my in-game friends list. So if you want to interact with me in some way, like with remote raids, then do consider becoming a patron on my Patreon. But yeah, that's going to be it. I'm Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself, and I'll catch you all later.